So nice to do a video without Greg interrupting me. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Stars Beer Review. Tonight, doing dry February this month, but tonight somebody bought me a golden ticket, so I'm about to take advantage of that scenario, and I'm going to take a look at something brand new from Trailway Brewing here in New Brunswick. Hold the label out there. Hu Jon Hops Heavy, the new double IPA variant of Hu Jon Hops, Trailways, number one flagship IPA. This one is in at 8% ABV. No idea what the IBUs are. It's probably strong. Yeah. So a brief description of Hu Jon Hops. Hu Jon Hops is kind of it was a New England style IPA before really the whole style of New England style IPA kind of caught on. I mean, that beer came in, I think, in like 2016 before it was really called New England style. But it matches. It's like very citrus forward, hazy as fuck. It's a classic beer from them, and I think the hop bill in that one was originally Galaxy hops, but I have no idea what it currently is. They don't really say on their website anymore. So was it last year or the year before they came out with a session IPA version of it called Hu Jon Hops Light. I know, imaginative name. And it's kind of exciting to see Hu Jon Hops Heavy is the double IPA variant, which I'm excited to try. They just dropped this on February 9th on their Facebook page, which was, of course, during my whole dry February run. They had like a $10 shipping thing, so I'm like, well, eventually somebody's going to buy me a golden ticket, right? So yeah, thankfully one of my Facebook friends bought me a golden ticket for tonight, so I'm taking advantage and get to try this. They did like a $10 shipping thing last weekend. I bought a bunch, and now I've got them ready to go. So I've got this Trailway and some other stuff to drink too. I'm excited. I haven't had a beer in over 2 weeks, so let's dip into this new one from Trailway. Alrighty, put that in there. Been drinking non-alcoholic beers for so long now. I don't know if I remember what real beer tastes like. Okay, look at that. You know what? That looks pretty well spot on what Hu Jon Hops looks like. I mean, it shouldn't be any surprise. I mean, maybe you could argue that like Hu Jon Hops Light was lighter than Hu Jon Hops, and this is at the same time a bit darker than Hu Jon Hops. I feel like same. It definitely looks related, but it's maybe a little bit deeper in hue. Not so much like a more amber, but like just danker and darker. Like if somebody like changed the gamma or something like down lower, or the exposure level down lower. It's just like it's a little bit darker. Anyway, looks good. Look at that whopping amount of head on top of that thing, and super fresh too. Like when was the canning date on this? February 9th. So, time of this recording, it was 8 days ago. Super, fuck me, that's fresh. Holy, like ripping open a thing of fresh fruit. That smells gorgeous. That's like very, like grassy, grapefruity. It's mostly grapefruit. Like somebody like ripped the rind right off of a white grapefruit or a pink, yeah, more like a pink grapefruit, and then stuck it in your nose like immediately after ripping it over. Just like take a snort. It's like almost like doing drugs or something. I don't know. Taking a snort of grapefruit right after you rip the skin off. Anyway, oh, that smells beautiful. Like it starts to get like grapefruit to grassy, nice bright citrus. Like there's a little hint of like floralness and the passion fruit buried in there. Oh, starting as it starts to like the head starts to go down, I'm starting to get much more of the like maybe a little bits like tangerine and a little bit more of that like the caramel malt kind of thing coming through, buried underneath that all. But my God, that's like straight up like up your nose with the fresh fruit. Whew. Wow, that smells amazing. And of course, like I gotta say, like Trailways, Hu Jon Hops, the regular is one of my favorite beers of all time at this point. So, um, yeah, let's let this thing down the hatch and see how it stacks up. I got good feelings about this. Let's try it. Mm. Whoa. It's definitely a punch in the mouth. It's a lot sweeter than the smell insinuated. Definitely tell she's a double IPA. She's heavier in the body, not boozy or anything. Just it feels big in the mouth. Sweet, citrusy, pink grapefruit, loads of passion fruit and apricot, tons of stone fruit, a little bit of caramel malt lingering in the back there. Very, very, very smooth and creamy. A hint of that dank touch of onion burn, but not much at all. A very, very well balanced, I guess. Like the flavors are good. I almost feel like maybe it's a little too sweet, but at the same time, I'm drinking this super fresh. So who knows? Maybe in a couple of weeks it'll be a bit better. I'm still wowed by it, and I definitely would drink the rest of the 4 cans, the three other cans that I have of this. I don't want to make it sound like a negative or put people off. It is like maybe a hint sweeter than normal double IPA, but wow, is that ever fruity and flavorful? Maybe even with a little hint of a cereal grain poking up in the back and then lingering in the finish. Like a lingering resin, but not a super strong amount of resin. It's like sweet resin, passion fruit, apricot. I don't get a lot of the grapefruit in the finish, but that's really nice though. Like that, if I were to have this in a flight of a bunch of other Trailway beers, I'd probably still think this was a contender for beer of the night. This is really a solid double IPA that I just feel like maybe a hint on the sweet side, but I'm having it at the ripe age of like it's 8 days old. So I mean, in that amount of time, it might change. So your miles may vary. I still really like this. I don't know if I go ahead and let out and say that it's definitely not to me better than Hu Jon Hops the regular. I see a snowplow out my window. But I like it better than the light. And that's saying something because the light's also a regular one that I buy because it's only like $12 for a 4 pack of those, so it's cheap. Um, but yeah, this is gonna be like if they decide to release this to NV liquor stores, maybe a touch less sweet than this. They do have another run of this, and they put it out in a larger quantity. I can see this one being a fridge staple. Like the light, the regular Hu Jon, awesome. They've done it again, in my opinion. So, gonna give this beer 4.25 out of 5. It's pretty damn tasty, and I hope to see more of it. So, oh, excuse me. The belch is an extra half point. Alrighty, so thanks. No, that doesn't mean it's 4.75, but it's just like 4.3. I don't know. I'm just making these numbers up anyway. So thanks for watching. I know I have 0 viewers for this live show, even though some of the guys said they were going to watch, but who cares? I'm enjoying some good beer. My first beer in over 2 weeks at this point. So, yum. All right. Catch you guys, the folks later. Cheers. And beers. If I can find my mouse.